Hello, students. Welcome back to our English class. I'm really excited to have you all here today. If you are in class 8 and ready to explore your textbook stories in a fun and easy way, then you are in the right place. In today's class, we will be learning the very first chapter of your book, that is, The Best Christmas Present in the World, a story that takes us back in time and gives us an interesting look at a surprising discovery, a diary, and a very special letter. So get your book and notebooks ready. Let's begin. Before entering into the text, let's have a look on the theme of the story. The story begins with the narrator buying an old, damaged desk from a junk shop. While repairing it, he finds a secret drawer containing a letter which was written by a British soldier named Jim Macpherson to his wife Connie. The letter is dated December 26, 1914, and tells us about a surprising and heartwarming event that happened during World War I. Before detailing anything else, I would first like to tell you about World War I. World War I was fought from 1914 to 1918. The war involved many countries from around the world. Mainly, it was divided into two groups, Allied powers and Central powers. Allied powers included the countries Britain, France, Russia, and later the USA. Central powers included Germany, Austria Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. Now, let's get back into our text. So, here we were talking about Jim Macpherson. He was the captain of the British Army and they were fighting against Germany. Something unexpected happened at that time. It was Christmas time, hence, a Christmas truce was announced that time. Truce means a temporary stoppage of fighting between the enemies. That means enemies will stop fighting with each other. There will be a temporary stop. Hence, British and German soldiers stopped fighting for some hours, we can say, because of Christmas. At that time, the German soldiers started singing Christmas carols. In response, the British soldiers also joined. Soon, both sides came out from their trenches, they greeted each other, and they celebrated Christmas together. For some hours, they forgot that they are enemies of each other and they celebrated Christmas together. This was a very special moment at that time. They exchanged handshakes, shared food and drinks, even they played football match. Jim was amazed to see that German soldiers were just like ordinary men like them, missing their families and longing for peace. He realized that enemies on the battlefield could become friends during Christmas, and this special moment is captured in the letter of Jim. The letter ends with Jim expressing his hope that the war would soon be over and he would return back home to Canny. Now let's come back to the present situation when narrator is reading all these things in the letter. Now the narrator feels that he would return this letter to Jim's wife Connie. When he visits Connie's house, he finds out that Connie is now an old lady living alone. When narrator visits Connie's house, she believes that Jim has arrived after so long. After the war, Jim finally arrived, but actually it was narrator. So first of all, when she felt that it's Jim, she was overjoyed, but then she realized that it's not her husband. It was narrator who came to his house. The story ends on an emotional tone, highlighting the themes of love, hope, and the human spirit even during tough times. We will understand these meanings only when we get into the text. So now the time arrived when we should get into the text. One more thing I forget, that I should tell you about some of the important dates that are mentioned at the beginning of your textbook. So first let's see that. First date is 4 July 1776. Basically, this is a significant date in history because it marks the day when the United States of America declared its independence from Great Britain. The next date is 17 December 1903. This is a historic date because it marks the day when Wright brothers they made their first successful flight in a heavier than air aircraft. They remained in the air for 12 seconds and they covered 120 feet. That's very interesting, right? Next date is 6 August 1945. This is a significant and tragic date in the world history because it marks the day when United States dropped an atomic bomb on the Japanese city of Hiroshima during World War II. The next date is January 30, 1948. This is a significant and tragic date in Indian history because it marks the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, the leader of Indian independence movement. After that, next date is 12 April 1961. This is the date when Yuri A. Gagarin became the first human to orbit the Earth. Last but not the least, 20 July 1969 is a date when Neil Armstrong became the first human to set foot on the moon. So finally we have discussed all the dates and it's the time where we can see the answer keys on the screen, and let's begin the text now. This story is given in your book in 3 parts. So I have decided that I will also make 3 parts, 3 videos for 3 parts. So this is part 1 where we are going to see the first part of this story, and in the next videos you will get the part 2 and part 3. Okay, so let's see. I spotted it in a junk shop in Bridgeport, a roll top desk. The man said it was early 19th century and oak. I had wanted one, but they were far too expensive. This one was in bad condition, the roll top in several pieces, one leg clumsily mended, scorch marks all down one side. It was going for very little money. Here, the narrator finds the roll top desk in a junk shop in Bridgeport. Bridgeport is a small town in Dorset, which is in England. All the desks which were shown by the sellers were made up of oak wood. Oak wood is very strong and it is a good quality wood. It is so valuable that all the desks were very expensive. Basically, oak wood is used to make furnitures. One of the desk was very badly damaged, broken top, poorly fixed leg. It also has some burn marks. So the seller was offering it very cheap. Now the narrator wants to buy a desk, and all other desks were so expensive that he had no other choice and he had to buy that damaged desk. He believed that he could repair and fix the damaged desk and make it look good again. So he buys that damaged desk. He bought that desk from the shop and took it to his workroom, which is a small room for working. It was located behind his garage. He started repairing the desk on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve means the evening before Christmas Day, that is 24th December. The narrator took off the roll top and pulled out the drawers. The weiner had lifted almost everywhere. So the narrator took off the roll top. Roll top means a curved wooden cover of the desk. He also removed the drawers from the desk. He noticed that the thin wooden layer called veneer had come off in many parts of the desk. The desk was very damaged and the last drawer was stuck and it would not open. He tried carefully to open the drawer without damaging it. When gentle methods did not work, he applied strength to open the drawer. He applied full force to open the drawer. See, it's written, both fire and water had clearly taken their toll on this desk. The last drawer was stuck fast. I tried all I could to ease it out gently. In the end, I used brute force. I struck it sharply with the side of my fist, and the drawer flew open to reveal a shallow space underneath, a secret drawer. As he was applying full force, the drawer came out, and there only he could see a secret compartment or a secret drawer. He discovered that. There only he noticed a small tin box with a message. The box had a piece of lined notepaper struck on it with sellotape, and it had a message written in shaky handwriting. Jim's last letter, received January 25, 1915, to be buried with me when the time comes. I knew as I did it that it was wrong of me to open the box, but curiosity got the better of my skirts. It usually does. It means the narrator knew that it was wrong to open the box as it meant for someone else, but out of curiosity, he made to open it. Skirts means moral feelings or the sense of right or wrong. Doing right or wrong, this sense or this feeling is called skirts. Now, out of curiosity, he opened the box. He opened the message, sorry. He opened the box and he found that message. There was an envelope. The address read Mrs. Jim Macpherson, 12 Copper Beaches, Bridport Doors. I took out the letter and unfolded it. It was written in pencil and dated at top December 26, 1914. So, this letter was written on December 26, 1914, which means it was just written after Christmas during World War I. So, in this first part, we saw how the narrator bought an old desk and found something quite unexpected, a letter hidden inside. The letter and its message, we will find out that in the next part. So, don't forget to watch part 2, where we will dive into the heart of the letter and uncover a beautiful story from the past. Thanks for watching.